being vegan can be really difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So hopefully the stuff that I mentioned here will kind of give you an insight of exactly what you have to do to become effective and stop. What's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the reason why going vegan could be the wrong choice for you. Going vegan, it's a very big investment. You have to realize the restrictions you have to give yourself to make sure that you achieve that vegan lifestyle. Many don't really sit down and figure out exactly what they want to achieve and the reason why they want to be vegan. The biggest thing is actually weight loss. The reason why people go vegan is because they want to see weight loss. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation that is being given out there from social media and from TV, but they don't really talk about exactly what really happens behind the scene. And that's your calories and how your calories are being manipulated from going from one diet to this diet because it's so restrictive. So one thing when it comes to calories, if you have been watching the videos that I've been putting out, or if you're doing your own research, is that if you're not on a caloric deficit, you will not see weight loss no matter what kind of diets you're doing or no matter what kind of restriction you're putting yourself in. The amount or the discrepancy that you have between what you normally would eat as far as your calories to the calories that you will be eating at that point when you become vegan is so high that you will see weight loss no matter what. And that's a good thing, but it's not prolonged. And what I mean by that is that it will stop sooner or later, and that's because of metabolic adaptation. There's a certain point that your body will adapt to whatever you're doing. And since you're not really tracking your calories or you have no idea of how much calories you're eating throughout the whole day, there's no way for you to adjust if you get to that point. You will not lose weight as long as you're not eating below your maintenance calories. So calories is a big thing. You don't have to be vegan just because you want to see weight loss. You should really sit down and figure out exactly how to do this so that you're not doing or you're not completely changing your lifestyle based on some fad diet or some diet that people tell you that you have to do because they saw a result from doing this. So really figure out exactly what you want. And when it comes to being energized and being healthy, you don't really have to immediately switch to veganism just to see all this. Maybe there's something going on in your life right now that is affecting your energy or how healthy you feel. And this is what you have to really figure out when it comes to your overall lifestyle. You don't really have to immediately switch to veganism. It's just that people immediately go to this type of diet just because what they hear or what people tell them. And it's not 100% the solution from what you're feeling right now or the problem that you have. Really sit down, figure out the goals that you have for yourself, and see exactly what you need to do to kind of achieve that balance in your life before you start changing the major factors of your diet, for example, or the type of things that you're doing. Are you really paying attention to your macronutrients? Because it's really important when you are living this lifestyle. The quality of the foods that you are eating is not the same for somebody who is really balanced when it comes to the foods that they are eating. An example of this will be the quality of protein that you are having right now since you are 100% vegan. And unfortunately, a lot of people who are in vegan diets don't really pay attention to their macronutrients or the quality of the proteins that they are having. There are two kinds of amino acids that we need. One, we produce it from our body naturally, and the other one, we get it from food. Plant protein does not have a balanced amino acid profile compared to animal protein. So this is another thing you have to really consider when you're trying to figure out if being vegan is important for you or it's something that you want to do. If something like this bothers you or you don't want to do it all the time, where you have to figure out if you're eating the right balance of protein to make sure that you get the right amount all the time, then you shouldn't really be vegan, because this is really important to make sure that the quality of protein that you're having daily is appropriate to whatever goal you're trying to achieve, and also to make sure that you are not having any deficiency when it comes to your protein. A good way to make sure that your protein quality is balanced, similar to animal protein, is to make sure that you really pay attention to your meal plan. You will see right now on the screen a chart that categorizes animal protein and plant protein depending on their protein quality. This is not saying that plant protein doesn't have all the complete essential amino acids. It's just saying that animal protein has more of a balanced amino acid profile compared to plant protein. Just make sure that the protein sources that you are getting complements each other. So really pay attention to the structure of your meal plan so that you can make sure that you are not protein deficient. And this is one of the good things when it comes to having a balanced type of food choices, because you don't really have to worry about this because you're getting all kinds of protein from all different types of sources. Also, besides keeping your protein on the right levels and making sure that you're getting the right quality Pay attention to your fats as well, because this will make sure that your hormones is on the right levels. Again, if you're somebody who really is trying to figure out if you want to be vegan, just know this, that you really have to pay attention to the protein quality and the kinds of foods that you're eating, besides the fact that you have to be restrictive as well. Are you somebody who is prone to binging? Or maybe you're skinny and you can't gain weight because you have a really negative relationship with food. So a lot of these things you have to consider, because being vegan can also be an eating disorder because of the amount of restriction you have to put yourself in. Being vegan can be really difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So hopefully the stuff that I mentioned here will kind of give you an insight of exactly what you have to do to become effective in this type of lifestyle. And if you're vegan already, I hope the stuff that I mentioned here is something that you're already doing, because they're very important to make sure that you are healthy. Being vegan doesn't automatically make you healthy. And if you have any questions for me, make sure you leave a comment below. And until then, I'll see you on my next video.